They are some of the most powerful forces on the planet. Some capable of wind speeds of over 300 miles an hour. They can uproot trees, flip over cars, and devastate entire towns. On this episode of Wild World of Fensterer, we explore the awesome power of nature's fury within the funnel of tornadoes.
Hello and welcome to the newest edition of Wild World of Fensterer. I'm your host, Mike Fensterer. In this episode, we will be seeing the awesome power behind nature's most powerful winds. They are known by many names: Cyclone, Twister, the Finger of God. The Australians call it cockeyed bombs. But regardless of what you call it, one word always conjures up the image of mass destruction: tornado. First, before we get into seeing them firsthand, I'll go over some basic tornado facts and science. Tornadoes are generally formed when cool, dry air from the Rocky Mountains collides with warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico. Since warm air rises and cold air falls, the two start mixing and rotating in a horizontal column of air. If conditions are just right, that rotating air will become vertical, and that's when the familiar funnel cloud takes its shape. Tornadoes are rated by their intensity and the amount of damage they can cause. The majority of the world uses the Fujita scale, which was invented by Tetsuya Fujita in 1971, as a way to gauge the strength of a tornado. Ranging from F0 being the weakest up to an F5, and even a theoretical F6. An F0 will cause minimal damage to chimneys, broken and uprooted trees, and signs. These can reach wind speeds of between 40 and 72 miles an hour. An F1 will generally cause moderate damage to roofs, mobile homes, cars blown off roads, and garages. These can reach wind speeds of between 73 and 112 miles an hour. Now, to put things in perspective, that's about the equivalent of a Category 1 hurricane. An F2 will cause considerable damage, ripping off roofs, flattening mobile homes. Large trees snapped or uprooted, windows are blown in, and light objects can become missiles. These generate winds of between 113 and 157 miles an hour. F3s cause cause critical damage to buildings, twist skyscrapers, and throw heavy cars. These usually pack winds of between 158 and 206 miles an hour. F4s, as Bill Paxton's character in Twister described, will relocate your house, quote unquote. The most powerful of all is an F5, capable of winds in excess of 300 miles an hour. Truly the most powerful winds on the planet. And the rarest of all, with a probability of 1% during a given outbreak. These can have a base of more than a mile in width and can level an entire town in minutes. Moving on to some other facts about tornadoes. The first recorded struck near Kelbagan, Ireland on April 30th, 1054. The first would be recorded in England is central London, August 21st, 1091. The earliest known in the Americas reportedly hit Tlatelolco 2 days before his fall to Cortez in 1521. The earliest to be recorded in the present United States hit Rehoboth, Massachusetts in the 1600s. But by far, the tornado event that holds the most records in the U.S. occurred March 18th, 1925, touching down in Missouri and crossing southern Illinois before dissipating near Princeton, Indiana. It crossed over 234 miles, lasted 3.5 hours, and took nearly 700 lives with it, and caused an estimated $16.5 million in damage, which was a hell of a lot of money in those days. The greatest tragedy of that event is that the tornado hit 9 schools, killing 69 children. And thankfully to this day, no single tornado has ever broken that record. And today, the tri-state tornado of 25 is estimated to have been an F5. On to another tornado event that holds a record occurred April 3rd and 4th, 1974, when the infamous super outbreak, which dropped a staggering 168 tornadoes over a 24-hour period. And once again, no single event has ever broken those records. I'll be on to the airport shortly to meet up with our tour guide. You've probably seen them on the Discovery Channel's hit series Storm Chasers with Reed Timmer and the crew of the Dominator. Remember that the people engaging these sometimes violent and extremely dangerous tornadoes are professionals. Do us a favor. Don't try what we are about to do on your own. Yes. Here we are at the airport. I go through TSA security. Chose not to have my bags checked to save time in getting out of the airport at Oklahoma City. Alright, let's go. Alright, here I am in Oklahoma City to link up with Reed Timmer, our crew of the Dominator. This should be one hell of a ride.
I don't know. I'm just going to kind of take it in, see. I'm at Howdy Motors, TV video. Anyway, what's that? It's a street. But I can receive texts and
The next morning we headed out to Amarillo. Our guides having told us that the next few days will not be favorable for tornadoes. So let's took a sightseeing in western Texas and southeast New Mexico.
Heading off to meet up with Reed Timmer and the crew of the Dominator. Leaving out of Carlsbad.
Off the Gulf Coast or the south of here.
We got some decent cloud cover moving past. What would you say is the good probability for seeing a good spin-off out here?
Out here?
I mean,
Like
over the next few days.
In the next few days?
Yeah.
Where? Like in the whole country?
I mean,
If we see one?
in the Oklahoma Panhandle and
I give it about a 99.99% chance.
Yeah, I'd say.
While heading back towards Texas, we came across several dust devils, caused by swirling winds and updrafts.
still pretty cool.
Some can reach 50 feet into the air to be able to pick up light objects. Just recently, the dust devil in Arizona picked up an inflatable bounce house and wrapped it around a light pole. Fortunately, parents acted quickly and got their children out before any serious injuries occurred. While dust devils are interesting, they cannot compare to what tornadoes can do. On April 27th, 2011, one of the most powerful tornadoes on record literally cut the Alabama town of Tuscaloosa in two. One man witnessed and recorded the entire event on his camcorder.
I started out my day just south of Tuscaloosa in a town called Greensboro, and then a huge cell blew up in East Mississippi, and so I decided I might go after that one, and then it started to die, and another one started to form just to its south, so I didn't want to get trapped in between the two of them. So I just stayed with the one to the south, and that's the one that actually ended up coming into Tuscaloosa.
Time is 5:07. Tornado is now right off the ground. Guys, I want as much on this as we can get.
I went up on that hill. It's like a really popular storm watching spot, and met up with these guys, and they had a camera with them, and basically I had the camera the whole time, so everything you see on the video is what I saw. I don't know, it was an incredible storm. The inflow was so strong. I was standing up on the back of my truck, and it almost blew me off my truck.
It took only minutes for this tornado to pass through town. This was not one, but part of a massive outbreak that produced an estimated 327 tornadoes over 4 consecutive days.
Yeah, that's a confirmed tornado on the ground. We're not
I was
going.
nervous because I could see campus, and I could tell it was getting closer and closer to campus, and I live like one street over from campus, and my girlfriend lives basically on campus. So I was getting nervous for my friends that were in my apartment, and her friends, which were at her house. And I knew it was getting closer because I could see it pass in front of the stadium, but it was behind the interstate, so it was in between the interstate and campus. I knew it was close, and so as soon as it had passed, I drove down there, and I kept getting closer and closer to my house, and kept getting more and more worried because I knew it had been south of the campus. So and then right as I pulled up to my street, I just saw that everything was gone. I mean, my street was totally obliterated, and it missed my apartments by 100 yards. And so, I mean, I got really lucky, and I guess all the people on campus did too. It was too close.
41 people were killed in Tuscaloosa alone. President Barack Obama toured the site several days later. He was recorded as saying that he had never seen devastation like this.
The most amazing part of the storm was probably just all the debris you could see flying up into the air. I thought it was, I mean, I knew it was powerful then. Whenever I saw all that huge debris flying up in the air.
Much of the town was destroyed.
And then there's the real reason they do stuff. I really think that
The morning of the first chase, he left Abilene to position for the storms to come. The southern and central plains area have been given a slight tornado
that he was going to be sick for a long time. And when they got here, he died like right off. Yeah. Colorado.
That afternoon, storms began to build in western Oklahoma,
Yeah, it
along
was
the dry
strange.
line,
That's my
quickly
best
moving
guess.
northeast.
That's my best guess.
The first we were targeting was moving towards Custer County. We had some radar indicated rotation in the southern end of the storm. We soon moved to intercept.
Oh yeah, they shifted to east.
Yeah, well, that's about where we thought we'd be.
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
That's the northwest.
Yeah, the storm of the yellow watch box in the center of our screen here is our target storm. I say we've got about 4-inch hail.
There's a real tight lower level circulation.
Some good circulation, which means we could have a tornado very shortly. Which is good news for us, but
Is it 183 going straight south?
Yeah, well, that was I was trying to figure out what to do, whether to go 183 south here or go west then south here. Like here, here. Huh?
How far?
Here, this. I was gonna take this road, go down this way,
Yeah.
or we go like because there's not too many southwest. There's one road here. Pretty
Yeah.
much that's it.
Yeah. But the other route is you got
See,
more
well,
options.
there's like,
Oh.
I mean, it's not. This is green. This other storm kind of going in.
That particular storm died out before it produced a tornado.
Oh,
We soon pursued a second storm into Kansas, just to the east of Dodge City. It did manage to form a rotating wall cloud. It had great shape, good inflow, but the cell quickly became rain-wrapped and
Looking pretty good.
eventually was killed by outflow. The storms over the next few days would follow this pattern of death by outflow.
I haven't really produced anything. It's best not to count our chickens just yet.
Along the way, we passed through the town of Greensburg. In 2007, a massive wedge tornado leveled much of the town, leaving 11 dead in its wake. In many ways, it has never fully recovered.
We've been on the storm. We've monitoring the storm. We just made a. It's got a little bit better. I know earlier my head was hurt. It's kind of obvious. The inflow coming from that direction. You easily see the starting to rotate around there.
Better than that. We got the back of the storm. Yeah, the back. Yes. In fact, I put it on Facebook.
With any luck, this thing will put down something.
Sure will.
Keep your fingers crossed. This is a really nice time of day to be seeing this. We have a tornado to die out.
The morning of the fourth chase came, and the morale of everyone was on board was low, but we headed towards the west. Around 6 that afternoon, the storm developed down south and quickly became severe warning. This one, unlike the others, had strong rotations toward the southwestern end.
Loving this. Loving it. Come on, baby.
They observed a tornado was spotted with this storm at 8:24. 3 minutes ago. 3 minutes ago.
Holy crap.
So it's on the ground. It's got to be something.
Damn trees. I think it's rotating real hard in that back left of the wall.
Back in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wall is probably there's probably already been something off to the left.
That's the new, old circulation, new circulation.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a tornado on the ground.
Where?
No. Yeah, look, see it coming down right there?
Oh yeah, tornado on the ground right there. Go.
Tornado. We got a tornado on the ground, folks.
Help us on the back here.
Right in that area.
Hold on.
Looks like a clearing me. That's beautiful. They got slipped on the brakes.
What's that?
Beautiful.
Yeah. Right up here.
Nice classic funnel. Yeah, nice classic funnel.
I got like east winds here. Damn it. Come on.
just like the scene in the 1996 blockbuster film Twister. We came around the corner and there was a classic stovepipe tornado forming over the road near Idaho, Oklahoma. Sirens blaring. Look at it, God, it's beautiful. There's truly no way to describe the adrenaline rush you get when you first see a tornado. It's unlike anything else on Earth. While this particular tornado was only on the ground for a few minutes, it did leave a lasting impression on the intrepid chasers. It was a true morale booster. Luckily for the surrounding community, this one stayed over mostly open country.
You like that mic?
Yeah. This is the most excited I've been all my life.
Sorry, I don't want to step in front of your shot, but I'm about to get hit by this truck.
What's...
Is it going back up?
Still rotating though.
Yeah, still rotating real good.
We attempted to follow the storm after that tornado.
That was a nice wedge.
It was.
But unfortunately, the
It still got great
film
inflow.
became rain-wrapped and died.
Which way is it headed? Yeah, judging by the way the wind's blowing, it's coming right at us. Yeah. It's going that way. To the northwest. To the northeast.
Oh, it feels so good.
Oh yeah.
After so long. Driving in circles.
After 20 years, this is the best thing I've seen. Cell phone in there. That's okay. Yeah. What is that? Yeah, one time I got with wires. This is probably a bad place to stand. Come on, baby, come on back down. That's such an adrenaline rush right there. Woo! Frank?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just massive. Look at the updraft. This might even be a new wall for him. Dave! Look at that.
Nice. It's amazing.
Oh, look who it is. That's your buddy. The bachelor party guys.
That was amazing.
I can't believe you guys are golfing.
They're golfing?
They're golfing.
They missed it.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
other end.
That.
Oh wow. I just got on one, I guess. Just going north.
Yeah.
So reminds me.
Looks like there'd be a big rain wrap tornado coming in. I'm just wondering what side of town you're in.
Rain wrap tornadoes, or a tornado obscured by curtains of rain, are so much more dangerous than a visible one, especially to motorists, because they are obscured.
I roll on the window.
The driver can't see it until he or she drives right into it.
What's going on? Is there a wedge in there? I will.
What are we going to do here?
Okay. Hey, no problem. Ha! What?
The next morning, we left Ada and went to Norman to finally link up with the Discovery crew and read timber.
Yeah.
I think the coupler's not so strong. It might be trying to get recycle.
Take care.
That.